Good afternoon. My name is Drew Broussard, and I'll be discussing a risk reduction policy that the Air Fire Department has implemented over a handful of years ago that targeted risk reduction, fire prevention, and safety into quarterly pre-planned assessment of commercial buildings in town. To recap, the quarterly inspection is performed every year on every business and divided into quarters. The inspection starts on the outside, taking pictures of every corner to establish the exterior. We will identify all the electrical connections, town water connections, FDCs, hydrant locations, and any other hazards that we may come across. We will then walk around the inside of the building and identify all means of egress, fire extinguisher locations, and identify emergency exit plans. During the interior inspection, if there are any deficiencies, we will address them and advise the company of solutions. When we are finished with the inspections, we will head back to the station, and with all the collection of data, pictures, and possible hazards, we'll create a document with all these high-ticketed items for everyone to see in case of an emergency. These will be placed in our pre-planned book, marked with every business and placed into every truck for future use. In 1996, when Air transitioned from an off-military based housing community to a small, quaint community with residential houses, the fire department didn't need to change their tactics much. It wasn't until the commercial businesses started to pop up, the process of changing tactics needed to be addressed. With Air being right off the Route 2 corridor, the main stretch into Boston, businesses saw the opportunity to place their manufacturing buildings into town. As time went on, more businesses started to appear, shifting the town to a commercial dominant town. A plan had to be devised if these businesses had an emergency of any kind, and the quarterly pre-planned inspection was created. There are no substitute for being prepared, and that is what the program was designed around. Per the NFPA 1620, pre-planning is a document developed by gathering general and detailed data that is used by responding personnel in effectively managing emergencies for the protection of occupants, responding personnel, property, and the environment. When the threats were identified, preparing ourselves for any form of emergency gave us the upper hand and methods of attack before we even reached the scene of the incident. There was a great deal of work that went into creating, maintaining, and improving this risk reduction program that was created. When the frontline personnel were advised of this program coming down the pipeline, most of the personnel agreed that it would benefit the first responders, but of course came the skepticism. A few firefighters lacked interest in this program, only to speak more work and wasted time mentality. After getting over the hump of the non-believers was put to an end, using their knowledge and past experiences helped cement the foundation to this program. With their influences and experiences, along with using and referencing NFPA 1620, the standard for pre-incident planning, created the program that we know today. With all the influences we gained from past experiences and incidents help us plan for our future. Benjamin Franklin once said, "By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail." And preparing our first responders with the information they need to assist with decisions only gives them the advantage towards succession. According to the NFPA, a fire department will respond to a fire somewhere in the US every 24 seconds, and there is a structure fire every 63 seconds. With these fires occurring too frequently, the NFPA introduced strategies to prevent our commercial buildings from being a part of these statistics. Up to code, keep your staff in the know, be ready in case, fire safety messaging, and keep first things first. With our implementation of the quarterly pre-planned inspections, they hit all of these subjects. During our inspections, we make sure the commercial building is up to code with proper fire suppression systems, chemical storage, etc. A part of our walkthrough, we allow the manager of the commercial property to walk around with us and notify him or her of any deficiencies. But we also give positive feedbacks on employees' safety so they can relay it back to the staff. We also check escape routes and emergency plans of the businesses just in case an emergency happens. And this would be in place in the main office of the business so the employees are ready, just in case, along with the instructions for call 911 and plan of actions for fire safety messaging. Finally, keeping things first in safety. Safety is our #1 priority in this problem, not only for the employees of the business, but for the first responding to the emergency. In conclusion, the quarterly pre-planned inspection is a vital risk assessment that was identified and implemented by the Air Fire Department for fire prevention, safety of first responders, and the risk reduction for the business.